somehow always stumble upon the GTRs.
Okay.
Somehow, no matter where I go in the world. This seems to be like the place to be if you're into GTRs or JDMs in general in the UAE. What is this place?
Well, welcome to Kanzen Motorsports, where we maintain, we build, we restore GTRs and other Japanese cars.
But you specialize in GTRs.
Well, yes, we do specialize in GTRs.
What do you guys do? Everything? Full restorations?
Full restorations. We are a mechanical shop, so we do assemblies. We don't do body work. We do send our cars to other workshops, but we kind of monitor them and make sure they do good work. But then, end of the day, we assemble everything.
You were showing me this a little bit before we started filming.
Yeah.
And this definitely reminds me of my car, but I do have to say, this is a lot cleaner than my car underneath, because we haven't done underbody restoration yet in terms of like the subframe and all of this stuff, like the control arms here, all of this stuff on this car. I cannot believe how clean it is. It's crazy how clean this thing is. Did you have to get all brand new parts for everything on this car?
So what we do is we kind of put this first on the lift, strip everything down, and we take all the bushing, ball joints, everything out of arms, and we, well, hydroblast what we can, and we powder coat the rest of it. But whatever is available brand new from Nissan, we try and replace rather than restore the parts. For example, the steering rack has been restored, repainted to its original color.
I just cannot believe how clean everything is. I see, for example, the transmission, not new, but just cleaned up.
Yeah.
Done so tastefully, so in such a great way. The underbody here, you guys strip this down all the way to metal?
All the way to metal. All the way to metal. And start doing it up from there. Even the fuel tank, on top of the fuel tank, all the new rubbers, hoses, clips, they're all brand new.
I cannot believe how clean this is. The diff, the Hikis rack, all of this. Now, this is what blows me away, how clean this is too. All the Hikis, or the Atessa pump, all the Atessa stuff here. It's so, so clean. Not one thing untouched, huh?
Yep, everything. I mean, if you gotta take everything out, you might as well do everything, right?
The heat shield for the exhaust. I literally just did a full restoration on my car, but this stuff is still stuff that I need to do. And honestly, this gives me really good inspiration. It's really cool that you guys do this stuff in the UAE. Like, for example, this customer, what was their goal? Just to have like a brand new R34 GTR?
Like a brand new R34 GTR with a lot of bolt-ons. So it's got like, it's upgraded turbos, and there's more intercooler, there's more intake manifold, a couple of add-ons, but it's here right now for checkup, and we're gonna put in the Haltech onto this and have that tuned on a 2500, yeah.
What else do we have here? We have a R33.
Yep.
You guys were just looking at this before we started filming.
So this we actually delivered to the customer about a year and a half ago. It went through the same process as that. But yeah, this is the only R33 we restored, but customer wanted to go with the whole 400R kind of a kit.
What's the story about this still being right-hand drive? How is it that this is allowed to be street registered?
So the car is old enough, you can register this as a...
Because it has to be 30 years old.
Yes.
That's what this is, the Dubai Classic plate, huh?
Yeah.
Very clean. Got the active
Cooling panel.
It's so clean. And this one is mid-restoration?
So that is going through a upgrade. We've got a 2.8 HKS Step 3 motor. That's going to go onto this. We're aiming for about 1,000 horse on this motor.
Just about.
Yeah.
Mark III Supra. Don't really get to see a lot of these at all. What are you guys doing with this one?
Same process as all of them. We're just waiting for a few parts to arrive, and then this goes back on the lift.
Is it going to be a 2J? Or
2JZ, single turbo. The customer got a custom kit done on this, something he wanted to do. And yeah, but mainly about 600-700 horse to build on the car.
And the community here, there's a big enough following to support you guys, obviously.
Yeah.
Are you pretty backed up? Like, is there a waiting list to get in?
Yes. Like if someone comes in and says, hey, Fike, here's my GTR, I want to do the exact same thing we've done on the Blue, he might have to come sometime next year, maybe mid to end next year. Like, we are completely backed up as of now, which is good. Gives me, I mean, I take a bit more time than any others, but my end result is like you saw.
Two or three more R34s.
Yeah.
It's appropriate that we pulled up in R34. Basically all Nismo'd out in every way.
This has got a 2.8 single turbo. Still just came back from the guys who did the wiring.
This gives me inspiration for mine because my horns are so destroyed, and I was wondering how it would look with these horns on it.
Yeah.
The Nismo Sport horns. I think it looks pretty cool. What's going on with this? This is cool.
This is from Saudi Arabia, and it's pretty interesting. It's got an L series motor, but the guys in Saudi, what they did is they kind of retrofitted an RB25 ECU on an L series motor. Well, it's here for us to rewire and get it done properly with a standalone at this time.
I like this style. Needs a little bit of cleaning, needs a little bit of love.
In process of changing up the whole wiring harness. So if you look at it, the throttle body, MAF, the CAS and injectors are from an RB25. So it's running an RB25 harness and ECU on an L, which worked for a short period of time, but we're trying to redo everything and put this on a standalone for it to run better.
Right away, what drew my eye was this Mustang. It's pretty cool with Advan wheels on it. The Cobra look, I guess.
Yeah.
That's cool. Are these pretty popular here?
They were, but you don't see them as often nowadays, you know? It's actually my workshop manager's car, Omar. He's trying to do something with a little bit of Japanese flavor, you know?
GT350?
Yeah, customer just received this, but it's got straight through exhaust. We're just gonna install the catted downpipes back on the car.
S15.
All tech, yep. It was a SR20 non-turbo. Swapping in an SR20 turbo into this now. We just got the engine assembled inside, so maybe next week goes in to have everything else installed.
And that's a customer's car?
That's a customer's car. Yeah.
Are these your cars here?
So this is my business partner Azim's car, and the Land Cruiser is mine.
Yes, of course. I had a chance to see this the other day. I love this so much. So what's interesting to me is this is a 200 series Land Cruiser. This is your daily driver, V6, 1GR FE. But the thing that's really special about it is that it's manual transmission from the factory, 5-speed manual. I've never seen anything like this. I cannot believe this exists, but this is full on like UAE spec. It's gotta be pretty slow though. You have to floor it everywhere.
Everywhere. Put it in a second, I floor it, and it gets there eventually.
You know, the good thing, it being the 1GR, means you can put a supercharger on it, and there's plenty of room for it. Yeah. It looks like you have done some upgrades already to it, but I cannot believe that a vehicle like this exists. Like, I would love to drive this in the US. Of course, having the V8 would be nice.
Will be nice.
Manual.
Every time I drive this, I wish I had bought a V8. But when I shift, I'm like, I'm glad I bought a manual.
That's so cool. Yeah. So what else do you have here?
So over here, we've got an 86 under the cover there with a K24.
Poor S14's returning back to the earth, it looks like.
This should be back in the shop and done soon. We actually just received the parts last week.
We got a cat here grooming itself on the GT350. So what's going on with this build here?
Well, it's a fully built motor, twin turbo. It was running Garrett Dash 5s on a Haltech as well. It just came in to get the wheels installed. Got these delivered recently. A13s. What an interesting look.
Carbon fiber barrels, but still forged aluminum center.
It's a custom offset build for this car in 18s. But I think it's the first one they must have dispatched here. I've not seen anybody else run these.
It's so clean. There's so many clean cars here. It's insane. Wow, this is a big money build. Like all of the expensive parts.
Yep, carbon box, carbon pipes, everything.
Hood alone is so expensive.
Yeah, we actually got this from Australia.
Literally full Nismo parts catalog car.
Literally. And we have a lot of customers who come in like that. Come in and said they want everything Nismo. This is actually waiting for a Granas transmission from the States. So it's got a T56 gearbox swap.
Also right-hand drive.
Yeah.
Oh, you got a Honda build.
Oh yes, we've got a CRX. We got the kit from the UK. That's a Mugen kit, Mugen wheels. Just getting the AC wired in because originally it didn't come with it.
Where did your guys learn how to work on all these vehicles?
Well, when we started in 2016, so it was 3 of us, and I was into Zs, one of the guys was into SRs, and the other guys into RBs. And then we experimented, learned on those motors, and then kind of started doing maintenances, major maintenances, and then kind of moved on from that. But 2020 was our good year.
Another Mark IV. So you're working on carbureted cars too?
Yep. Mainly stock, but for this I outsource the tune. I'm not so familiar with tuning the Webers or Mikunis, but the customer wanted us to have it installed, and he's well versed with them. So
got a Midnight Purple 2.
Yeah, from Saudi Arabia. Major maintenances on this.
So they ship this over from Saudi?
They bring it over to drive around in Dubai, and when they're here, they send it over for all the major work. We've got one more R33 from Saudi, but that's going under bodywork at the moment. But that's going to have a HKS 2.8 with a DCT.
Another 240Z?
280.
Oh, 280.
That's a RB25 turbo with a Pandem wide body. That's what it has on this yellow car.
You guys have so many parts all over the place.
All over.
You're just hoarding all the good parts. Look at that, R34 seats.
Early model diffuser.
Yeah, early model diffuser, which is, I need one of those. I need to find one of those. Dude, thank you so much for showing us your place.
Thank you for passing by, really.